Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I'm Ryan Bowling. Thank you all for joining me. California Governor Gavin Newsom has just nominated the first Latina to the Chief Justice. Now, what really is this all about? What really is this all about? What I'm going to do, I'm going to read this article. It's a short article. I'm going to read this article, and then I'm going to give you my commentary on this, because what I believe, and this is my opinion, is that a significant number of these liberals are the ones that are actually racist. And I'm going to give you my reason why I believe that they're racist. So let's get into this article. Governor Gavin Newsom announced Wednesday that he was nominating Supreme Court Associate Justice Patricia, I cannot pronounce her last name, 50, to be the state's Chief Justice. If confirmed, Patricia would be the state's first Latina Chief Justice. Patricia, who lives on the island of Coronado in San Diego, is the daughter of Mexican immigrants who worked on farms in the sweltering Imperial Valley. She worked in private practice, then rose through the judicial ranks. She has only been on the California Supreme Court since. Now this is very significant. She has only been on the California Supreme Court since March. Pay attention to that statement. The San Diego Union Tribune notes, quote, she became the first Latina to occupy a seat on a 7-member court and will now be the first to lead both the court and act as the chief administrator of the state's sprawling court system. She replaces Chief Justice Tana Contel, who announced on July 27 she will not seek a second 12-year term in November and will retire at the end of the year. She has served as a chief since 2011. Now, I'm going to stop right there. You can read the rest of that article in the link in the description box below. But I'm going to stop right there, okay? You get the crutch of that. Notice it says she hasn't been since March. Now, you may be asking, why would I make such a judgment call on the left? And in particular, Gavin Newsom's choosing this individual as Chief Justice. Now, does this mean that this individual person is not qualified? Not at all. If you read the rest of the article, it states that she has studied law. She has a degree. But it also indicates that there were critics who basically are skeptical about her appointment simply because she's only been in there since March. So she's only been there for a short period of time. She only been there for a short period of time. So what's going on here? You know, and what I personally believe is that, as a lot of liberals do, particularly those in positions of power, use affirmative action to put these people in positions. They don't look at qualifications. They merely virtue signal and say, oh, let's put a Latino here or black here or anyone that's not white. Let's put them in this, and right, okay? Let's put them in this position. They're not looking at qualifications. They're looking at quotas. They're looking at quotas, not looking at person's qualifications. Now, you may say, why am I making such a hard statement that they're racist? Well, let me say something about affirmative action. Affirmative action, when it was first created in the 1960s, the objective supposedly was designed to give blacks in America who were qualified, supposedly, their fair shake. Okay, look, you guys have the qualifications. Affirmative action is say we're going to put this person in there because they have the qualifications for the position. Okay, the intentions might have been good. And at one point, it might have been helpful because there was a lot of discrimination against blacks in the 20s and the 30s and the 40s and all in the 50s to some extent. There was a lot of discrimination against blacks and other people of POC, people of color, quote, and that was true to some extent. But it has merged into more or less now quotas. We got to put the numbers in there now. So what happens is that qualifications are not focused on. It's just the person's race or ethnicity. Now, getting back to why I believe it's the liberals that are the ones that are actually racist. Because let's look at the word racist, the definition of racism, not some made up definition of racism, but the actual textbook definition of racism or being racist. Racism is when an individual or a group considers another group or individual inferior to themselves or their group, and their group or themselves superior to them in different areas. That's what racism is. Now you may say, well, how does this seem like racism? Because what this seems to suggest to me with Governor Gavin Newsom is that, hey, and most liberals, is that these black people or these people of color cannot get into this position unless we, the great and mighty moral compasses of our society, put them in a position. They don't have the ability to earn their right to be here. We have to help them. And what that basically suggests is that blacks and other people of color, okay, don't have the mental capacity to be able to earn their right, to be qualified to be placed in a position, to be qualified for that job position. We, the mighty moral compasses of our society, the liberals, have to place you there. That's, to me, is racism. That's the true essence of racism, where conservatives say you got to earn the right to be there. We'll put you there if you earn it. Liberals say, nah. Affirmative action, we're looking at quotas. We're going to put them there, even though the qualifications don't come right up. It's too many white people in here. It's too many whites in here. We got to put some blacks up in there. It's too many whites. Really? Should it be allow these people to, I'm talking about today. I'm not talking about in the 20s and the 30s and the 40s and the 50s and all that, when there was a lot of discrimination against qualified black people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about today. Okay, today, do we need affirmative action? Do we really need it? In my opinion, I don't think we need it today. I don't think we need it. Because what this is actually doing also is it's making a lot of blacks and people of color lazy. Because they figure, what's the point? I don't need to be educated. I don't need to really be learned. I don't need to earn my keep. I know that if I pose as a victim of systemic racism, they'll put me in a position anyway. It causes people to be intellectually lazy, in my opinion. So that doesn't benefit people of color at all. So affirmative action in 2022, in my opinion, is not needed, because I believe it causes people of color to be lazy intellectually. They don't have to push to earn their keep. And it also, on the spin side, puts liberals in the moral avatar position, if you will. We're the moral compasses of our society, and it doesn't matter whether or not you earned it or not. We're going to place you in this position anyway, which in essence, as I said, is racism. Because what they're suggesting is that you can't do it on your own. We need you to place you. You need us to place you in that position. But that's just my opinion. I think that this situation here is clearly, in my opinion, an act of affirmative action. We're going to put her there. She may have the degree, but she hasn't been there for long. So you're going to put her, she don't have the experience. Just saying. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. God bless you all, and see you again.